We ask that you take the lead, take preeminence. At the end, your name alone will be glorified. Thank you, Abba Father, for having answered our prayers. For in Jesus' name we have prayed. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
Thank
so
you, my
much.
leader. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Daddy, for that wonderful prayer. We really appreciate you. Amen. All right, so we are going to moving on to our Muslim brother or sister with us in the house to lead us in the Muslim prayer. So, do we have any Muslim or Christian, any Muslim in the house? I can see. We don't have any Muslim brother or sister with us today in the house. Please, if we have any Muslim brother or sister in the house, can you indicate so that we can unmute you to help us in the opening prayer quickly? All right, so I don't think we have anyone. Do we have any Muslim brother or sister with us in the house? I can see Solomon Ayakora. Are you a Muslim? Maybe let me unmute you. Are you a Muslim? I can see you raising up your hand. Are you a Muslim? So you can lead us in the opening prayer. Solomon, are you a Muslim? Okay. All right, so we're going to proceed. So you don't have any Muslim brother or sister with us for now. We're going to start with our mission and vision statement. And I can equally see some hands are still up. So I'm going to be unmuting someone to lead us in our mission and vision statement. I can see Mr. Anike Chidera. Chidera, good evening. If you are listening to me, can you unmute yourself and lead us in the vision quickly? Are you there?
All right. Good evening, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Our vision is to raise a financially free people who will in turn raise other financially free people who will collectively use their resources and finances to affect the world positively. And then our mission is to raise 500,000 diamonds in the connected economy and usher in the next generation world changers. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity.
Wow, thank you so much, Dara, for that awesome one. In fact, he nailed it. That's our vision and mission statement. So without wasting much of our time, we have prayed and we have shared our vision. That's the reason why all of us are here today. So I want to use this opportunity to equally thank my own leader, my own father in the business, for giving me the opportunity to actually moderate today's meeting tonight. And I don't take him for granted, no other person but our own ambassador, ESOMCHI Anthony. So we are going to be starting immediately. And please, I want every one of us to get our writing material. If you have your writing material and you're ready for today's meeting, don't just listen, jot down what you're about to learn. What you're about to learn is going to save your generation. It's not going to be only you, it's going to save. What you're about to learn tonight is going to save you and your generation. I can tell you frankly, if you understand what you're about to learn tonight, it's going to save you and your generation. Today, we are not just going to be inspiring, motivating, we are going to be telling the realistic of life. And so you can know how you can position yourselves. Now, sorry, I did not put the topic for today's training. And the topic of today's training is positioning yourself to the next level, to the dimension. That's the topic of today. And today we are all privileged that we are going to be hearing from no other person but the man of the moment, the man God gave this vision. No other person but our own president. Some of us might have listened to him yesterday. Yesterday was the 1st of December, and I equally want to say Happy New Month to every one of us today. Happy New Month. This month is going to be a month of success for everybody listening to me today. So far, you join this meeting and you do the needful, and you stay to the end of this meeting, trust me, 2025 is going to end up successful for you, and 2026, in fact, the sky is going to be your starting point, and you need to pay close attention Because if you don't pay attention to this training, it might not attract what I just said now. So pay close attention. So if you are ready, you have your writing material. We're about to listen to the best of the best in the whole world. When I mean the best of the best, we're about to listen to the best of the best in the whole world. And it's a privilege, I must tell you. In case if you're not aware, every first, as an active partner, for you to become an active partner, it means you have sponsored someone. It means there is somebody that you are guiding. If you're an active partner, you're not guiding anyone. It's wrong. Nobody is following you. That means you're not running the vision and the mission of this organization. As an active partner, what made you to be an active partner? That you sponsor somebody you are going to help. The way the people up there are helping you. So if you're listening to me today as an active partner, the person you sponsored, you are not taking care of the person. You are not trying to see how the person will succeed. You are not actually running the vision. We are going to understand a lot of things today. And I'm not going to be taking time because we are about to hear from the horse's mouth. If you have your writing material, I'm speaking to you, I equally have my writing material. I was actually jotting down this particular thing you're about to listen today. I was jotting it down. And I just found out I did a training before about mentorship, about youth mentorship. And after listening to our own presidents, in fact, I got something. I said yes. So I was not the one just thinking in this dimension, but I want you to pay close attention. We are going to be having an explosive training today. Very short training, we're going to be an explosive one. So if you have your writing material and you are ready for today's meeting, I want you to go to the comment section and type, I am ready. When I mean that you are ready, you are ready. What you're about to listen this night, what differentiates the successful people and not successful people is what they know. So if you are ready, type, I am ready. As I'm speaking to you, in fact, after going through some of what you're about to see this night, I start having sleepless night. In fact, I cannot even sleep. Because what you're about to hear today is something that will not just save you, it will save your generation. So make sure nobody is distracting you. If you have 1 hour to save your generation, if you have just 1 hour to save your generation today, to save yourself today from poverty, if you have just 1 hour to save yourself from brokenness, will you give out that 1 hour to anything? Even if it's your spouse, your children, because if you, what is the need? Giving one, I hope you can hear me right. So if giving 1 hour to what we're about to treat this evening is going to save your generation, now what it means that no matter what it is, wherever you are now, you need to pay close attention. So we're about to get started and I'm about to share my screen. No matter what happens, please make sure you stay to the end of this meeting. Don't allow even the devil himself to distract you, because what I'm about to show you this evening affects all courses of life, and you need to pay close attention. If not, you might remain at the same position and you don't know why. So if you are ready, type I am ready. Type I am ready as I'm about to share my screen. For the kingsman in the house or for the top leaders in the house that might have gone through this training was just released fresh by our own president yesterday. And yesterday was our fasting day. So if you are here, you've not fasted, tomorrow is 3rd of December. Please, I will encourage you, fast about your business. There is a reason for that. You are still going to hear from the president. Fast about your business. A lot of things. You want to make 1 billion. Remember, our mission in this organization is to raise 500,000 diamonds. But while you're looking at that diamonds, look at monthly millionaire. What it means, you have not yet making $1 million. People are going to fight you for you to make $1 million naira. You just wake up. Your family member have never touched even 500,000 in a month. And you wake up, you say you want to start making $1 million naira in a month. People are going to fight you. So you need to fast about your business. So we're going to get started right now as I share my screen immediately. So please, I hope we are all ready. Make sure nothing takes you out. So this meeting is over today. It's not going to be taking time. So we are privileged to listen once again to our president, and I want you to pay close attention. We're about to get started now. Pay attention. So I'm sharing my screen, and I'm very sure that every one of us here can see my screen. I'm very sure every one of us can see my screen, and we are all ready for today's meeting. So pay close attention. If time permits, at the end of this meeting, we might share what we learned, if time permits. But if there is no time, we might just round up that way. So pay attention as we get started.
Go and type, I am fasting. Okay, type, I am fasting, I am fasting, I am fasting. So every first of the month, we start the month by fasting. We start the month by fasting. And if you are not fasting, you're already out of the vision. The only reason you'll be exempted from fasting is if you're a pregnant woman or you're a nursing mother, or your doctor. If you say I have ulcer, I cannot fast. I don't think so. Except your doctor tells you fasting is not.
All right, so before we proceed, our YouTube link is out. So if you have your active partner that is not yet with us on Zoom, let the person join the YouTube and screenshot his name. Very, very important. The sound is loud and clear, so check your network. So we're about to get started. Pull up.
Good for your health. So the only two people exempted from this are pregnant women, nursing mothers, and people that the doctor have advised to do not fast because of their health. Outside of these three categories of people, the first day of every month, the vision demands that we'll fast and we'll pray. Not just going on hunger strike, but proper fasting. And the reason we'll fast, I'm going to say it because this unfortunately, this has fallen on the first of the month. So I need to talk about it. So there are people that don't join the fast. Why do we fast? This is not my training. I'm going to take like 2-3 minutes. Why do we fast? Why must we fast? Omo, why do we have to fast? Why not work hard, be hardworking, do your things, do your work, do your business? Why do we have to fast? Now there are 3 reasons why we have to fast. I'm going to go through them. Number 1, the whole thing that you see happening now, this whole organization, this whole civilization, the foundation was on a fast. December, but as I was coming up, one of the J leaders reminded me, if not for time, I'd have allowed him to come and say what to broadcast it, but I'm going to talk about it. December 2015, that was practically about 10 years ago, we came together and we wanted to go on a project. We came together and we started a preparation. And this preparation started we ended the year with the fast. We started the next day with the fast. So we started this whole vision with 6 days fasting and prayer. Before we ever took off in anything we did, it was 6 days. The J leaders are saying we gathered together and we prayed, we fasted every day, and we met together and we prayed for 6 days. That's the foundation of everything you're saying. By January next year will be 10 years, and we're just starting. And it's 10 years of gratitude to God 10 years of God's faithfulness, but it all started on the fast. The second reason we fast is because we recognize our helplessness without God. It is not to him that willeth, not to him that runneth, but to God that showeth mercy. Recognize no matter what we do, no matter how skilled we are, no matter how hardworking and intelligent we are, except the Lord builds the house, the laborers labor in vain. So recognize that we are helpless without the help and the grace of God. So in as much as we go and do our thing, we go and work, so say work over the night, work late and everything, we do all those things, but we recognize that we're helpless without the grace of God. I don't believe in being self-made. You know, people tell me, leave all those things, leave all those things. People in China, are they praying? Yet their economy is developed. People in America, are they praying? People in Europe, nobody prays more than... I've ever had arguments made by ignorant people. Nigeria is the highest praying country in the world. Yet, we're the least developed. Now, when people make statements like that, they just expose their level of ignorance. You know? And that's the third reason why we pray. The first reason is the foundation started why we fast and pray. Started with fast and prayer. The second reason that we declare that we're helpless before God. Then the third reason is most of those countries that you're talking about, the United States, they were founded on the principles of prayer. Go and read. The United Kingdom, they were built on prayer. Most of their streets are called parishes. Bishop, they were built in prayer was fundamentally in their foundation, was fundamentally how they built themselves. By the help of deities. Show me a wealthy man, very extremely wealthy, that does not succumb to a deity. Do you think that the rulers of your country are that they pay obeisance to one form of deity or the other? Can you spot one billionaire, multi-billionaire, that doesn't respond to some form of spiritual practice? Oh, even you know they do it. You know that as you begin to climb the cadres of life, they will invite you. It's either you go to God or you go to the devil. When you see somebody come and talk with audacity, with audaciousness, with sagacity, when you see people talking fearlessly, there's something beating drum for them at the back. If it is not through God, it is through the devil. Some people, by the end of, they will go and they drink blood somewhere, do some sacrifices. And when they finish all the sacrifices, they will come and say, I must win. They will be saying certain things. But if you go back, they have done certain things that is giving them. So, the third reason why we pray is because every civilization is governed by spirits. If it's not the spirit of God, it's the spirit of evil. So if you want to say, no, I'm going to be hardworking, I'm going to do my thing, I don't need to pray. It's okay when you're dealing with men, but when spirit and deities enter the matter, you know that you're weakened.
All right, I hope we are following so far. I hope we are following. Like I said earlier, as we are getting started now, our president have told us why we have to fast and pray. For people that have not done that, I think you still have time to do it tomorrow for your own business. All right, so we're going to be starting proper. Remember the topic of today, how you can actually position yourself to the next dimension. And it's very, very important. So once again, pay close attention. If you're on the YouTube, don't just write your name without paying attention. You are not deceiving anybody. If you're on the Zoom, don't just write your name without paying attention, because at the end of the day, what you learned in today's training is going to determine how fast you are going to run the vision and how fast you are going to remain in what we are doing. So pay close attention.
Is positioning yourself. Okay. But some people are asking, should we bring out the YouTube link? Why should we bring out the YouTube link? This is not open for everybody, but it's okay, bring out the YouTube link, but make it private. Positioning yourself for the next dimension. You know, are you ready? I took my time to explain the reason why I have to fast. May nobody remind you ever to fast first of the month, because the vision requires it. All right. So, and the vision, I forgot to say this, the vision that we're doing, we're here because of a vision. The vision is what is brought us all together. And the vision we're doing is to bring good to the earth. So evil will fight you. So don't just say, oh, I have good intentions. No. Because evil will fight you. You have to arm yourself with good. So the people that are fighting us will use good to overcome them. Now let me go back to my training. Positioning yourself for the next dimension. If you're ready, say I am ready. Go to the chat box and say I am ready. If you're ready for this masterclass, say I am ready. Say I'm ready. Say I'm ready. Positioning yourself for the next dimension. Now, in the next 60 minutes or 70 minutes, I want you to pay rapt attention to what I'm about to say. What I'm about to say will save the generation, the lineage of some people listening to me. Let me say it again. The next 60 to 75 minutes, what I'm about to teach you will save, I didn't say will save you. No. It will save your generation. Because you will position yourself and your generation for good. There are families that will never be broke in their lives. The Tetherlands, the Dangotes, the Lakijas, the Luminous. Those names, when you hear them, you know that if you're in that lineage, you know that it's generational wealth that they have built for the people. And the reason they built generational wealth for their people is because their fathers or their great-grandfathers or their grandfather positioned themselves, positioned their generation. So pay rapt attention as we embark on this journey. How do I position myself for the next dimension? Now, the next dimension I used is so people can understand. It can actually be replicated as the next dispensation. How do I position myself for the next dispensation? How do I position myself for the next age? How do I position myself for the next big thing? How do I position myself for the next civilization? That's what this training is all about. And when you position yourself, you position your generation. That's why I said that this training will affect your generation. Please, is the YouTube link ready so I can send it out? Okay, it's sent out already. All right. Now, what I'm going to tell you is this. I'll start by telling you that the way success is defined is not the way we think. Wealth and success has a basic definition. Like, I need you to understand this because that's the foundation. I'm going to take time to explain this. When they say somebody is successful, when they say somebody is wealthy, it's in relation to another person. When they say this person is successful, this person is wealthy, it's not without comparison to a standard. What makes you think I am successful is because in relation or when put against a lot of other people, my marks are high. Wealth is defined in relationship with other people. So let's assume now, everybody in Nigeria has 10 million naira. If I have 10 million naira, I'm not regarded as wealthy. I'm laying the foundation. If everybody in Nigeria owns a house, poverty begins by owning a house. You can't say because you own a house, you are wealthy. No, you can't say because you own a house, you're successful. There are some countries that everybody owns a house. So they can't define you being successful because you own a house. When you bring it to that country like, maybe is it Korea? I think it's not Korea, so everybody almost owns a house also. When you bring it to the climate where only few people own a house, then when you own a house, you're regarded as being successful or being wealthy. Wealth in itself is not an end game. It's as a result of where it ranks when matched against other people. That's what I'm trying to say. So, success is when it's measured against other people. In our school, success starts from 40%. So so if you 0 to 40 is regarded as 39 is regarded as failure from E. So if 0 is success, so for some people that 40 that you're calling E, to some people that 40 is F. So there are places that you make 40, they'll tell you no, the pass mark here is 60. You say, no. In some places, in my secondary, in my distance, 40 is pass mark. They say, that is what you call success there, because in when people 60 is the bench. In fact, for you to get admission here, 70 is the benchmark. So for them, 69 is failure. For you, 69 is success. But for them, 69 is failure. So success, wealth, is defined in relationship with other people. So, let me bring out my quotes. Let me read it out. So you can bring out my quotes. Now, I put this quote out. I said, wealth. Okay, I'm taking my lesson from the law of physics. One of the laws of physics says matter can neither be created nor destroyed, but is transferred from one point to another, or from one form to another. Energy is not created nor destroyed. The electrical energy you're seeing came from a source of energy, either fossil energy or solar energy. The same thing with wealth. Wealth is not created nor destroyed. Wealth is transferred from one form or from one place to another. So the ingredients that makes you successful is as a result of it being transferred from one place to another. So what it means is, if somebody is wealthy, it's because he has taken money from one place. If somebody is successful, he's successful because he's bigger or stronger than other people. If Lionel Messi is a better footballer, he is a better footballer when compared with the likes of Alex Iwobi. Am I communicating? If Ronaldo is a great footballer, he's a great footballer when compared with the likes of, I don't know what to call names, so you don't disrespect people's career. But you get what I'm talking about. So wealth, in essence, is gotten from other people. Success is gotten from other people. Follow me closely. Every money you have in your account now did not come from the bank. Somebody transferred it to you. Let me say it again. Every wealth that you have right now, every currency in your account, you did not dig it up from the ground. It came from somebody's account to your own account. That's what I'm saying. The house that you have, that is your own house. The car that you bought, that is your own car. Even if you didn't pay for it, it is somebody that dashed it to you. If you paid for it, the money you used in paying for it, you collected it from somebody. Somebody gave it to you. For most cases, willingly. In some few cases, unwillingly. When somebody says, I am the president of a country, he collected the mandate from people. People gave him that mandate. So it brings me to a point that in every dispensation, the people that tower above the rest are people that have the ability to collect from other people. Somebody says, Ambassador, what are you talking about now? Are you asking us to go and start snatching? The reality is wealth spread. The reality is that the dichotomy, the difference between the rich and the poor is strength. Your ability to collect from another person is what makes you successful and wealthy. That is reality. So if the money in my account is more than the money in your account, it means that I've been able to collect more. In fact, let me explain to you. In accounting, it's debit and credit. That's what it is. When your debit is more, you're in deficit, you're poor. When your credit is more, you're in surplus, you're rich. It's debit and credit. In the bank, for any debit to occur, there's a credit coming from somewhere. There's nothing like debit without credit. You can't debit an account if it's not crediting. You can't consummate that transaction. You cannot credit, I want to credit an account. No, there's a debit. It's either it's coming from the vault or it's coming from another person's account. For you to credit an account, there's a debit component somewhere. So if your credit component is higher than your debit, that means you're successful, you're rich. If your debit component is higher than your credit, that means you're in poverty, you're impoverished, you're poor. Now, the ability to collect from people is strength. So the more you can collect from people, the stronger you are, the stronger you become, the wealthier you become. So if you're broke, that means people are collecting from you more than you're collecting from people. That's what brokenness means. That's what poverty means. Because as you went out today, everybody that has come out today, you're spending money. Even if you are paid 1,000 naira monthly, if you don't spend it, you're still rich. So it's not about the amount of money that you earn that determines your asset level or your wealth level. It's the amount of it he can keep from people taking from you. So if I'm earning 100 million naira monthly and people are collecting 200 million naira monthly, I'm in a deficit. I am poor. I am broke. My net assets is negative. It doesn't matter how much money I am getting. If people are taking more from me, I'm on a deficit balance. If I'm earning 20,000 naira monthly, have you not seen people that are earning 20,000 naira monthly, but they have a house? They've been able to save. So people don't take much from them. So if I'm earning 20,000 naira monthly, and people can only take 5,000 naira from me, that means I have a surplus of 15,000. I'm positive. I'm wealthy. I'm richer than the person that's making 100 million, but it's in a deficit. When they check your net worth, they check your net assets. So that being said, if you want to become rich, you need to become strong. Position yourself in the area of strength. So let me put it this way. Let me read it out. Anytime, that's my quote. Okay, let me put this way. If I read this now. Okay, if you check in the agriculture, I'm going to take it back to how we started, the agricultural age. Before I read out my quote, I'm going to take it back to the agricultural age. In the agricultural age, how do you know somebody is rich? The ability to overpower their neighbor. How did Alexander the Great become great? He was able to physically overpower neighboring countries. In the olden days, if you can beat somebody, you become their king. So physical strength was a symbol of success. You come to a neighboring country, you go and physically engage them. So if your country is physically stronger than, if your community or your village is physically stronger than your next village, you go and overpower them and collect their spoils. So you become successful. That was how success was built in those days. So those kings were physically stronger than their contemporaries. So they became very successful, or they became wealthier. Wealth, they said a strong man retains wealth. Wealth is a function of strength. So in the olden days, people's physical strength determined their level of wealth and success. it has not changed till today. The only thing that has changed is that the dynamics of that strength has evolved. But strength remains the critical factor that differentiates the rich from the poor, the successful from the failures, the wealthy from the disadvantaged. So what do? You must put yourself in a position of strength if you want to be successful. So let me take us back to the agricultural age. In the agricultural age, success was as a result of how big your farmland was. In those days, people wanted to give birth to male children. Why? Because if they have a lot of male children, their male children can bring their strength to the farmland. And they will cultivate and they will develop their farmland so that they will have big bands. They didn't like female children because female children didn't have the kind of strength that male children had. So as a result, the more male children you had, the wealthier and the more successful you are. Because these male children that you have the strength to work in the farm, to increase your band and increase your size of wealth. So in the agricultural age, strength was physical, was manual labor. So the people that were more physical, that had muscles those days, that's when you're watching these medieval movies, you see them strength. You see when you see a warrior in the ancient days, how you know that they are warriors, you see their biceps. When you watch all those movies, you see their muscles, you see their biceps. That's how strength was shown. Today, the people that have biceps are in the gym, they are earning peanuts. The people that have biceps, they're the weakest in our society because they're the ones forming bodyguards for Whiskey and Davido. Why? Because the modality, the topology of the dynamics of strength has changed. So if you're still thinking that strength is biceps, you have erred. So in the agricultural age, the strength was bicep, was energy, physical strength. The weakness was physical weakness. So it brings me back to my training. How do you position yourself for the next dimension? So in the agricultural age, if you want to position yourself, you go and build strength. That is how you become successful. So life is about positioning. So you position for strength by building your muscle, by building physical energy. Weakness is weakness. Physical weakness. That was those days when you see kings, they were fit. They go to war. Our president, if it's by physical fitness, you know that our president today will be the least on the line. If it's by physical fitness, the person within us today will not pass anything. But go and try. If you know that strength has evolved from physical fitness to a lot of other things. So I'm going to take you age by age, and I'm going to show you what weakness is in every age. I'm going to show you what strength is. Because the stronger you are, the wealthier you become. Remember I told you that you're strong, you're wealthy in relation with other people. So I'm going to take you to a mini journey, and show you how strength in every dispensation has created a successful, so that you listening to me can position yourself in the proper area of strength so that you can be successful. Am I communicating? If you're getting value, go and say, I'm getting value. If you're getting value, go and say, I'm getting value. So, In the agricultural age, strength was physical. So people that were physical became wealthier. But we're no longer in the agricultural age. So if you're going for physical strength now, you are erring. So we migrated from the agricultural age to the industrial age. What changes an age? Let me tell you what changes an age. Listen to me carefully. What changes an age is not time and season. Age is changed the moment the masses begin to absorb and position themselves in the area of strength of a particular age. Let me say it again. What changes an era or a dispensation is not time. The marker that changes an era and a dispensation is when the masses begin to acquire the strength of that era. And all of a sudden, the whole masses have acquired the strength of that era. When the masses acquire the strength of that era, success is no longer success because everybody has now attained that level of success. Let me put it again. Remember that I said that you're not successful by yourself. You're successful when compared with another person. Remember I said it, that's how I started. You're not wealthy by yourself. You're wealthy when compared with another person. So when everybody comes to the same level, success is dismissed. If the masses are here and you are here, then you're successful. Then you're wealthy. If the masses rise up to where you are no longer successful because success is in relationship, is in proportional, or is in relationship to another person. So if the whole masses come up to this place, that thing you call success becomes the level weakness. That thing that you're thinking is success, when the whole masses come to that level, that thing becomes weakness. It's no longer a dynamic for success. So if you must become successful, you must reposition yourself with another skill or another endeavor that makes you above the masses. So when the masses come to that area of success, it loses a caste. Recently, iPhone 17 Pro Max came out. And people were like, oh, well, I think one of the influencers already bought it for the wife, I'm buying it for, I think it was quite expensive. All of a sudden, some people came and started selling that thing somebody came out and started selling that iPhone 17 Pro Max for $450K. You know what that person did? He took one of the lower iPhones, put a case in. So when you look at it, it looks like iPhone 17 Pro Max. And people started buying it. So when you bring your real iPhone 17 Pro, I bring my own. Nobody knows the difference. So we're on the same level. Somebody says, no, that one is selling for 450,000, and you're cheating people. I can sell my own for 250,000. The thing cast. I've not seen people don't. So with 250K now, so it dilutes. So that iPhone 17 Pro Max has not gathered the recognition that it should because it has been defaced. Oh, are you sure that with 250K I can get the same thing you're getting? So what am I even getting? Well, nobody even knows what I'm getting. That is how success plays in the marketplace. So the moment everybody comes to that level of strength, that level of strength becomes weakness. So what changes an age is when everybody comes to the level of strength of a particular age. When everybody gets to that level of strength, another age is born. So when in the agricultural age, everybody's strength was physical strength, muscles, energy. When people saw, oh, this is what people are, everybody, because once people see an area of strength, everybody begins to gravitate towards it. When enough masses form a quorum that have gravitated towards that thing becomes weakness, another age is born. So another people have to levitate to the next level. So the next level that levitated as a result of everybody becoming physically strong was the industrial age. So that brings me to my quote. Let me read it out. Let me read out my quote. My quote says, anytime the strength advantage is readily available to the masses, it evolves to weakness. So strong people have no choice but to position themselves in another area of strength in order to keep snatching money from the weak. Let me say it again. Anytime the strength advantage of a dispensation is readily available to the masses, it becomes weakness, or it evolves to weakness, or it dissolves to weakness. So strong people have to position themselves in the place of strength to keep snatching money from the weak. So like I said, if you're here because you're stronger, you're a successful person because you have more strength to collect money from the weak. When the weak person comes to your level, you can't
Okay, just let us exercise some patience. I think the network put off the moderator. He is trying to log back in. So let's just exercise some patience. And I believe we are all paying attention. I don't know if you can hear my voice. Can you go and type 1 if you can hear my voice? Can I be heard? If I can be heard, can you type 1 on the chat? Okay, good. All right, thank you very much for that confirmation. Okay, I just want to check if our moderator is back, but I think he's not yet back. So I believe each and every one of us who have been getting value for this training. So if you are getting value, what it means is that you need to pay more rapt attention because the president is making out a point on how you can position yourself for the next level. In fact, the very first time I came across this training, in fact, that day was like a rebirth for me. I just told myself that, wow, I'm so fortunate to be among a group that is, currently studying the time of age, currently studying the paradigm shift in what? In wealth creation, because a lot of persons that are living below their, the expected standard. Why? Because they are not keeping cognizance of all these things. In fact, a lot of persons, they want to become better, they want to make money, but they don't know how. They don't even know what is happening to them. They don't even know why they are, they are putting in much effort, yet it's being wasted. Do you know why a lot of persons go and join Yahoo? The reason is they want to be successful, but who will show them how? Some of them don't even know why on earth. Why on earth? They don't just know why on earth they are not making it like others. In fact, the president is letting us know that for you to become successful, you just need to acquire strength. Strength that is competitive, strength that is relevant at the time you are living. In fact, once it is called strength, what it means is that you are in fact, you are relevant at that point in time. Okay. And he has just made us to understand that strength, in fact, strength, the principle of you keeping ahead of others has not changed. It has always been who is stronger. The only thing that has changed is the dynamics of acquiring that strength and what is defined as strength. In fact, the president has been giving us a very good account on how this strength transformed from physical to knowledge based, and and again on how to use the information you've got to apply it to certain period of time. I don't know if our moderator has been able to step in, into the stage. I think he's back. Yes, our
All
moderator
right.
is back, so I'm just back to him.
All right.
You
Thank
are
you so
welcome
much.
back.
Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. God bless you for coming in. All right. So sorry about that. It's network. Okay, boss, please can you co-host my other device so I can actually share? So sorry about that. I'm logging in with the other device, Dream Team. All right, so I'm back. So we are getting started again. So sorry for that. Network just threw my device out. So I'm sharing my screen once again. So I hope we are getting value so far. All right. So I hope we're getting value so far. So pay close attention. We're about to restart where we stop. So pay attention. We're getting started once again. All right. So if you are getting value so far, you are with me now. You are following up. I want you to type 1 on the comment section. I want to be sure we are back together. Type 1 on the comment section immediately. So we're about to get started. All right, so I can see a lot of people typing 1. That means we are good to go. All right, so let's continue.
Use machines have positioned themselves in the area of strength so that they can collect money from the people that are physically strong. So they became successful. So the advent of machines, the people that learned how to use machines and industrialized it, became successful, became wealthier than the people that were depending on strength from the stone or agricultural age. So the next level of the next dispensation, the level of the position, people have to position themselves to begin to learn how to use machines, and that's where education was born. Education is the ability to use infrastructures. That's what education is all about. So people began to learn how to use machines, there's all in this place. They begin to learn geology. How do I use machines to get the best out of results instead of using my physical energy? How do I use machines? People I want to become a mechanical engineer. How do I use machines? People are no longer doing farm. People now left subsistence farming and went to mechanized farming. So the people that learned the use of machines became successful and wealthier than the people that were using physical strength. So people that learned how to use machines started snatching money from people that didn't know how to use machines. So they say, go to school, you come out, you become successful. What I'm telling you is get the additional advantage of learning how to use machines and infrastructure. Infrastructures. So when you go to school and say I'm a medical doctor, what it means is that you have learned how to use infrastructure systems like penicillin, those discoveries. You have learned how to use the discoveries of nature better than the person that doesn't know how to use it. Why is the mechanical engineer better than someone that goes to school? He knows how to use, and for you to use it, that's where education came to be. So people that became educated had the strength above people that did not become educated. So education became a symbol of strength. So people that positioned themselves and went to school, they became the successful in the community. If you are getting value, go and type value. You know, today we're fasting. So normally I would have taken water to oil my esophagus. But I have to continue. There's no water here until this thing is finished. So if you are getting value, ginger me, ginger me, ginger me, ginger me, ginger me. My energy is going down. Ginger me and say value, 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 value. So like I said, let me go to my quote again. So my quote says, anytime the strength advantage is readily available to the masses, it dissolves to weakness. So strong people have to position themselves in a place of strength to keep snatching money from the weak. So when education became available, when education was available to the few, oh, gone are those days. when there were only 5 institutions. My dad said when he went to university, there were only 5 universities in the country. So when you're a graduate, when you come out, you are like a demigod. You are like a demigod. My dad said in his final year, he had 4 job offers. He had not graduated. He was in his final year. Yet he had 4 job offers waiting for him. He had not graduated. They came to the final year students, University of Nigeria and interviewed them. And they told them you have a job. They had not graduated because there were very few. They were like demigods. They were like a few of the few. Because education was scarce. So the people that had access to education positioned themselves in the area of stress. So he came out, he got a job, the government was ready to, because the people that can use the machineries of the government were few. There were lots of discoveries. We have oil. The people that would drill the oil, the crude oil, they were few. So those people that knew how to use the machineries, they became very wealthy. They claimed they were cream. Strength no longer suffice because a lot of people now have access to strength. So that strength that you now say, oh, I'm a warrior, I can fight, it became weakness. So people that position themselves for education became the stronger people, and they started snatching money from the weaker people. So in the industrial age, the strength was education on how to use the machines to produce industries. The weakness in the industrial age was physical strength. Remember that the strength in the previous age becomes the weakness in the current age. So the strength in the agricultural age, which was strength, people, farmland, barns, male children, they became weakness in the industrial age. So the weakness in the industrial age was the strength of the agricultural age. And the strength of the industrial age was education to learn how to use machineries. So guess what happened? When a lot of people now say, this strength thing not the work, or this farm work not the work, they now started gaining. Remember I said, when the strength advantage becomes available to the masses, when a lot of people start going to that school, a time came when the masses now gain access to the strength of the industrial age, which is education, to learn how to use machines and to use inventions and systems. When the masses gained that strength, it became a weakness. Another age was born. I told you, ages and dispensations are not born because of time. They are born when the masses levitate. So the person that was physically, the person that had education here, when a lot of people go to school, education is the key. Education became everybody started going to school. Education. When a lot of people now became educated, education became a weakness. That's why you see our graduates doing many jobs. You see our graduates graduates that don't have jobs. There's a time when if you graduate, they were looking for jobs. He had 4 job offers in his final year in the university. He had 4 job offers. Four. Each of them had a car. They were asking him, which one do you want to go to? Now, graduate, do your master's, do your PhD, become chartered accountant, you'll be earning peanuts. Why? Because the strength of that strength, a lot of masses have acquired it. So remember, when a lot of masses acquire a particular strength, it becomes weakness. Remember I said that you snatch money from the weak. When everybody is on the same level of strength, how can you snatch money from somebody that is at par with you? Remember that success is in relationship with somebody, in relative to somebody. So how can you be successful when everybody is on the same level? When everybody gets on that same level, that level becomes weakness. So another age was born. So the next age that was born was called the information and digital age. Sure. Now, when the information and digital age was born, time will fail me to go deep into that because we have less than 20 minutes. I still have a lot to go. I have about 20 minutes or so. When the information and digital age was born, education, everyone was not going to school. So people now saw, the likes of Mark Zuckerberg saw, this Harvard thing, Larry Ellison, Jeff Bezos, all these people that you know that are hitting it today, they all dropped out of Harvard. They saw that everybody's coming to Harvard, everybody's going to Harvard. There's a switch. They made a switch. They dropped out of school because they saw that everybody has come to this level. I can't deploy strengths on this same level. Everybody is now getting educated. So they broke into the information and digital age. So the few people that had access to the information and digital age, they made the kind of money that the people in the education stage, industrial age could not fathom. The kind of money these guys were making, it was improbable to the mind. They couldn't comprehend it. The kind of money the likes of Bill Gates started making, all those people that brought about the information and digital age, they made, oh my goodness, they made professors look like boy. They made professors look like kindergarten children. These guys left Harvard, Bill Gates, all those people like Ellison, Steve Jobs, all of these people, they dropped out of school to pioneer because they saw that everybody has now, education has now come. So it obviously is the weakness. If I want to make money, they have to position themselves to a place of strength, which is the new era of information and digital age. So all of a sudden, computers start coming out, chips start coming out, films are coming out, blah, 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 blah. Time will fail me to explain the intricacies of the information age. But the information age made your education look like trash. Because I could have access to information. I could disseminate that information. Then the digital age, the information age, made information easy to disseminate, easy to access. Then the digital age made communication easy to disseminate, easy to access. When information and communication became very accessible, the dynamics changed. So if you're waiting for those lecturers that carry lecture notes like this, and they hide it, the days of PNOKK, they'll hide it like this, and they're coming to the class, and you're looking at this person, man, this is a professor. We saw them as demigods, and they're studying quantum physics, mechanics, all kinds of laws and equations that boggle the mind. And they are writing equations and solving Schrodinger equations, and they will decode Schrodinger equations, and they'll say QED. And everybody will be screaming. they suddenly realize that all those things are easily accessible at the stroke of a button. So the advantage became weakness. Now, in the information and digital age, quickly overlapped with the technology, because when everybody now had access to Facebook, when Facebook came out, when internet came out, the people that had early access to the internet, they made a kill. The people that had early access to Facebook made a kill. People that had early access to phones made a kill. The wealthy people of today, people that now started selling phones, MTN, all those people that broke into the communication. That's why one of the richest places to even work in this country is the telecommunication industry. Because they broke into that digital strength. The Glues, the Ether, all those people there. If you talk about oil company, you talk about telecommunications. But they were quickly overlapped because a lot of people, unlike the education, that people did not easily access. For you to access education, you have to go discuss 6334. I don't know that they've altered it now. But you have to go 6 years of primary school, 3 years, and 4 years in university. So it wasn't that easy. But so it took a long time for people to get to that educational level. But when the information and digital age came, it was easy for people to catch up easily. So the interlap was not so long because people could catch up. People caught up very easily with that age. So the technology age kicked in. So it's not just having access to information, because not everybody has access. Everybody has access to information. So that strength did not last for too long. Then the technology age kicked in. So you might have information. What are you doing with the information? That's the age we're in, the tech age. That's why I see Uber use just a technology. You don't know who the owner of Uber is. His name is Travis Kalanick. You've not seen him. You don't even know him. But you're using his technology, and he's making so much money. So the technology age. Now, let me come back again. The strength of the information age was the ability to access information. No, so let me put it again. The strength of the information and digital age is a combination of information and digital. Is the ability to access information and communication easily. I can pick up my phone and I call someone in Germany. The weakness of that age was the formal education that we had. But when the technology age came, the strength of the information age became a weakness because everybody can now access YouTube. Everybody can now access Facebook. Everybody can now access information became easily accessible. So that in itself became a weakness. And that's where the problem is. When information and communication, which was a strength, became easily available to the masses, it became a weakness. So people levitated quickly. Like I said, it's not time and seasons that create ages. It's when a dispensation, it's when the masses of a current dispensation come to bear, come and meet up. When the average person or the masses meet up with the strength of that dispensation, another dispensation is born. So the information and the digital didn't last so long because people met up with it. So the technology age is gone. So that you have access to YouTube, have access to internet, doesn't put you in a position of strength anymore. Hello? Doesn't put you in a position of, everybody has access to it. So you can't make nada with it. So what puts you in a position of strength is the technology. So tech came into the place. And when technology came to the place, it became, what can you do with the information that you have? What can you do with the ability to communicate? We are in the technology age, which has overpowered the information and digital age. People might say we're still in the information and digital age, but it's no longer an information and digital age because the whole masses now know it. You can't be, it's information and communication is no longer strength. So it can't be an age. So we're in the age of technology. So people are looking for ways to do things easy, faster, cheaper. Ladies and gentlemen, the strength of this technology age is the ability to get things done faster, simpler, sharper, easily. But the weakness of this age is not the weakness of this age, which is going to be this. Now, let me put it this way. When a dispensation comes along with a new kind of strength, when the masses meet up to that strength becomes weakness. So the technology age came along with technology. What's technology? The ability to do things easily, better, not just having information. Before you have information, you can't do it. Technology is that you get something to do it faster. Information is that I've accessed it. Those days you have accessed information. You can communicate, you can't do it yourself. But technology means things will do it for you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in fact, we may not be able to finish this, but I'm going to advise every one of us here today that have stayed to the end up to now I want you after this today, tomorrow, ask your top leader, how can I access this? This is a classified information. Now, before we round up, the president, our own leader, have told us a lot of things that even a lot of us think that we know, but we'll find out we don't even know. That's the reason why trainings like this are very, very important. What we have seen today, the training we've had today, I want to bet you, people that are not active partners don't have access to this training. So you are privileged to be here today. And you are privileged to listen to this training today. If you have gotten value, if you have learned something from this training, I want you to go to the comment section and type 1. If today was not a waste of your time, in fact, if you have learned anything at all, this training will be able to save a lot of things for you. So if you have learned something, I want you to go to the comment section and type 1. If you have learned something in today's meeting, today's training, awesome. So while we are typing, I want to give us a shot. I hope most of us jotted down. The president told us something very quickly. He gave us a quote that season and time is not what determines a new age. That when the masses, in fact, let me repeat exactly what he said. Now pay attention, just like he said it. I'm not going to deduct something from this as we round up. Now, he says that anytime the strength advantage of a dispensation of any era or any age is readily available to the mass, or is easily available to the mass, it becomes a weakness in that age. He has told us through different revolutions. Now, what is happening today? Now, at the end of this training, the mastermind, the president himself told us how you can position yourself to the next level, to the next higher dimension. If you check very well, most of us, what we are doing today, we are not even in the current revolution, if you can tell yourself the truth. Do you know the reason why somebody in this business is making 30 million, 20 million? Do you know why he's been successful? Because they are in an age a lot of people have not entered yet. Now, remember the mission of the organization. And in case if you are not aware, anytime people reaches that mission, that means the mission is bound to change. What is the mission? It's to raise 500,000 monthly millionaires, diamonds. Now, I always tell people, if you understood today's training, now what it actually means is, anytime the poor masses, or let me just say the masses, they did not put poor, but anytime the masses can readily access to make 1 million in a month, or more, this mission, of C21FG will change to the next level. Now, the question I want to ask us today, as an active partner, will you be part of those people that will be part of the mission? The mission says to be part of the monthly millionaire. So that means if you are not a monthly millionaire, you are not yet part of the mission. If you calculate and check, in our country here, Nigeria, we have less than 2% of persons that makes over 1 million every month. In fact, sometimes when you are telling somebody, this person is making 1 million, it sounds strange to them, because from the era they are, it's not possible for somebody to make 1 million in a month. Talk more of even 5 million in a month. And that's why sometimes some of the leaders always say, if everybody understands this business, if everybody understands where the world is going to, next era is about to be born. And ladies and gentlemen, the advice I want to give to us here is this. Don't be part of those in this business. And by the next 5 years, the masses will catch up to you. Don't be part of those listening to us this night, and you have this opportunity in your hands. And in the next 5 to 10 years, if you check what is happening in our country today, Nigeria, if you check at the minimum wage increased from 30-something thousand, if I'm not mistaken. Those days we are in service. Minimum wage today, they pay an average person that does service is like 70-something thousand. Now, what it means in Nigeria today, remember what the president told us, how they equate wealth is in relationship with other person. In Nigeria today, if you are listening to me today and in this business, we are earning 70,000. You're not even making up to 100,000 in a month. What it means is we are the same level with the masses. We are not yet successful. I hope we are getting this clear. Minimum wage in Nigeria is 70,000. You are in a business that can pay you $1 million, and you're not even making 100,000. Some of us are active partners, you're not making even 50,000. That means you are still with the mass, and you need to run off fast. If not, just like the president have said, new age is about to come. Next year is our anniversary. Who knows where the world is entering? And the good thing is we are at the right position. You are in the right business. You have positioned yourself to the best place. Now, this is where the world is, connected economy. But I want you to have in mind that in connected economy, just like we have our mission once again, everything you'll be fighting now is, how will I have a better account? If you're an active partner, you're still running this business in one account, you're not even sure. You don't even know where you are. Get the best that you can get and maximize this era so that the poor masses will not catch up to you. Anytime people come, that's why people look at some person, they don't join the business. But if they looked at your income, you're not even making 100,000, not making 200,000, it's a big problem because we are not different from them. We are not more different. The president told us that wealth is being compared in relationship with other persons. Now, the question is, we have been in this business for the past 6 months. Are you just an active partner? Why have you not moved up to a kingsman? And this is a major challenge. Oh, you've connected somebody in the business, and you and that person for the past 6 months are still active partner. You and that person is at the same level. I want the person to be giving you that respect. It's the same thing the president is trying to say. So there is a need for every one of us here to upgrade on ourselves. You can't be here for 6 months, 1 year. We have not moved to the next level. Because as an active partner, there is an income attached for you to be an active partner. If an active partner, it's very, very rare to see an active partner that makes $1 million in the business. Very, very rare. Even if that person makes $1 million, the person will not sustain it. Very rare. Now, what it means that as an active partner, we are still in the masses, though. We are still in and it's somehow that you are allowing people to catch up with you while you have a God-given business like this. And as we round up now, I'm going to repeat the great quote once again. The president once again told us, he's telling me and you today, remember, this is going to save it's going to save your generation. He made mention that a lot of names today, they cannot be broke. Anytime you mention their name, people know them. Because while other people are busy schooling, they move to the next era of strength. He mentioned the likes of Dangote, the likes of, check them very well. When other people were still busy, he started since he saw where the world is going to. Likewise, Mark Zuckerberg, they saw where the world is going to. People were still busy, and they left and started what? Information. They started Facebook, they started WhatsApp. The area of strength moved. Ladies and gentlemen, are you aware today that this business that we are doing, this is where the strength is now? In any new dispensation, people don't accept it easily. We are in connected economy. So if you are facing rejection, be happy. If you are facing rejection, people don't sign up in your business, be happy because those people will come back tomorrow. I know some persons today that are going to school before they went to school. In fact, Have you seen somebody that is 30 years old and the person is still in secondary school or entering university? If you have not seen, I've seen. No. So the earlier you utilize what you have now, the better. Now, as I repeat the quotes once again as we round up, anytime the strength advantage, now be asking yourself this question. Anytime your strength advantage is readily available to the masses, it becomes a weakness. It's a big problem. And that's why today, in fact, this training, even though we did not finish it, but a word is enough for the wise. And what do you have to do about this training? Make sure that you don't remain an active partner too long. Always find a way. How do I move to the next level? Oh, I'm making 100,000 naira today. It should be sleepless. How will I move to start making 200,000, 500,000? Don't remain at a place and you are comfortable. Don't remain at a place and you are comfortable because you yourself you don't even know what you are doing. Very, very important. So the question you should be asking yourself this night is this: how do I move to become a Kingsman? How do I move to become an ECL? As I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to myself. How do I move to become what? A cell leader. How do I move to start making 5 million, 10 million? Not to remain at the basic. Because a time will come, making 1 million naira in a month. Today, even if you are looking at our country today, there is some places you go. Even if you dash, even if you dash a small child 1,000, that small child will ask you, this 1,000 you are dashing me, what can this thing do for me? It's changing. It's changing. If you have not noticed what is happening, things that people used to appreciate before, 1,000 naira, 5,000. People will ask you, this 5,000, what can it do for me? 5,000 cannot feed you today, even for 2 days. It can't. How much is beans and plantain there? How much is rice and beans? How much is food outside? How much is accommodation today? So if you're not doing the needful and you are still comfortable where you are not pushing to move on, the world is changing. Things are moving. And if what you are doing today, if it is what everybody can do, you are not earning 70,000, you're not earning 100,000 as an active partner. This is a night of reflection. Think about it. Are you among the masses? Do you want to remain among the masses? Or do you want to move to the mission, which is to raise, in fact, when, when our mission reaches 500,000 monthly millionaires, when this organization, as I'm speaking to you, some of our celebration is coming next week, Saturday, in case if you are not aware. Only 381 family is producing more than, if I'm not mistaken, more than 50 to 100 millionaires, people that make over 1 million every month. Check around in this platform. We have millionaires in the platform. In the next 5 years, in the next 3 years, and you are listening to me today, in the next 2 years, you are not yet a millionaire. 500,000 persons are making 1 million. 1 million naira will become a weakness. I don't know where you will be that time. But I want you to use this opportunity. Don't come back next 2 years. And people that did not even attend to this training become part of the mission, become monthly millionaire. While you are here, next 2 years, you are still at the same place. Think about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to once again appreciate everybody that stayed to the end of this meeting. I hope you learned something today. But this meeting is not a moment of wow, 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 wow. While you are shouting wow, we're thinking about it. Where am I in this dispensation? Where do I want to be tomorrow? Where do I want to be tomorrow? Because you need to be telling yourself, whatever it takes in this business to start making over 1 million naira, do it so that you can move away from the masses. If not, 500,000 multi-millionaires, when it happens, we are moving to the next level. And that time, let me not talk. We've not finished the training, but if you are fortunate enough, collect the training from your leader and see what happens. The question is, how can I move to the next dimension? We are going to be stopping here for now. So I want to use this opportunity to appreciate everybody that stayed to the end of this meeting. I hope you learned something today. I equally want to appreciate my mentor for giving me this opportunity. I don't take it for granted. I equally appreciate all the pillars, all the ECL in the house. You guys are wonderful. I equally want to appreciate all the active partners, all the Kingsman. You guys are awesome. Well, as you leave tonight, have a moment of reflection. Think about this. It's very, very important. It will help you to move to the next level. Our activities are ongoing in different offices. We have the YouTube link. If you have missed any part of this training, go back to it and listen to it once again so you can understand what is happening. Bye for now. I love you all. Remain blessed. Bye for now. I still remain your humble servant, Onodo Michael. Bye for now. See you tomorrow at the grind. Bye for now.